Hi there, I'm AngellXLuci. Welcome to my video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make K-pop freebies. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is go into the app named Canva, and we're going to make a canvas of 5.5 centimeters by 8.5 centimeters, which is a custom size. Because that's the size of most K-pop photo cards. Like the only ones that are bigger are or that I know of that are bigger are Monster X's, Twice's pre-order cards, and like Japanese photo cards. But the normal size for photo card is 5.5 centimeters by 8.5 centimeters. So that's what we're going to start with. After that, we're going to load in the images that we want to use for this. So I'm making this freebie for Somi right now. So I'm loading in her photo and this background that I always use for my freebies. Technically you can also do borderless, but I prefer with this like colorful border around it. So that's why I'm doing that. I usually make the inner picture the size of the purple lines that'll show up. Because that's like a, I don't know, Canva measured that to be like a good something. So that's why I use that. And after that, we're going to add some like decoration stuff to it. So Canva gives you all of these like illustration things that you can use to decorate your photos with. So I tend to kind of decorate it as if it were like a decorated top loader or something, because I kind of like that look. So that's kind of what I'm going for. So yeah, it's a lot easier since Canva offers all of these options by itself. So that's why I use this program, because it makes it really easy. Now, when you've got everything the way you want it, we're going to export it so we can print it. The easiest way to do that is to just like lay out 9 of these on an A4 page and print that. For me, my printer is a little picky about what things it does want to print and what things it doesn't want to print, which is why for me printing is quite a process, and because of that I didn't show it. But most printers should just be able to like actually print when you put 9 of these on an A4 page. So I did front and back sides. So mine have both a front side and a back side to the photo card. And that's what I'm going to be printing. And it's going to look awesome, hopefully. One thing that would make sense to do is to, before you like mass print a whole lot of these, is to just print one page first in order to check whether the colors actually come out the way you want them to or not. Because I have had moments where the colors looked quite different on my screen from what they did after I printed it. So I always make sure to print like a single page before I print a whole lot, just to make sure the colors look right. So that's definitely a smart thing to do sometimes. Now, I did end up changing the photo card just a little bit, because it was a bit easier to see on my computer. Like, I made these on my tablet, and I went to print them on my computer, and it didn't quite look the way I wanted it to, so I changed them a little bit. But yeah, here are the printed pages. There are a lot of them, like a lot. You know, since my printer is kind of complicated to print with, I tend to prefer to like print a whole lot at once and then just be done for it for several months and then print again. Which is why I print an insane amount at once. Simply so I don't have to again in the near future. That does mean I have a whole lot of stuff to cut right now. Now you see me cutting this with like a normal knife and a ruler. I do have one of those cutting things, but I'll show you in a little bit. When I use that to cut, it kind of generates these like papery bits on the sides of it, and I don't really get that when I just cut it with a knife and a ruler, which is why I prefer to cut it with a knife and a ruler. I think it just looks cleaner that way, and I do kind of want these to look pretty awesome. Now, I did notice there is a slight white line on the back of all of these, because apparently my printer didn't quite print right again. And this is why I only print like once every several months. It just gives me such a headache because it should have been printed right. Everything said it was going to print right and then it didn't print right. Which is funny because I did like tests of these to figure out if everything actually was as centered as I thought it was. And in the tests it was all centered. In the real thing it apparently wasn't for some reason. So we're just going to have to deal with this like white little line everywhere. It bothers me already, but you know what? Most people probably won't even notice it. And it's probably just going to be a thing that bothers me. Cutting these things takes forever, by the way. This video is very sped up because, like, in reality, cutting the 3 pages I'm going to cut in this video, like everything else I ended up doing off camera because it took too long. But just the 3 pages I cut on video actually took like 20 minutes or something. Even though it only looks like 3. So do not underestimate the cutting process. It takes a while. It probably would have been faster if I actually used the like cutting thing I have, but I really don't like how that looks. And the other thing is that it can't cut off small things without messing everything up. So I ended up doing it like this, but it took forever. Just know that. I just need other people to like understand my pain as I'm doing this because I love designing them. I absolutely hate printing them, simply because my printer does not want to cooperate with me. I mean, honestly, the cutting isn't the worst part of the process, the printing is, but, you know, it's definitely a process. The end result looks very cute, but getting there is a process. But, like, at the same time, I never want to make any of these again. I also want to make, like, 10 billion different ones now. So who knows? Maybe we'll do this again soon. Alright, so everything is cut now. Like it took a while, but I did it off camera. So these are all of the freebies that I made this time around. So I'm just going to show them to you like nice and gently and slowly. So you can hopefully see all of them and maybe get some inspiration for your own. Now, I did also want to say I don't see a lot of people do freebies like these. Like, most people will just print out photos with nothing else. So I kind of like these. Like, I don't know. I think this looks really cute. And because I don't see too many other people do this, it also makes me feel kind of unique. And I absolutely love, like, a lot of people will reuse freebies, so I'll send them freebies when I trade with them, and they'll trade again with someone else, and they'll use my freebies in their other trade. And I absolutely love seeing where my cards end up, because since I do such unique designs, I can always easily tell, like, when someone posts a photo of proof, I can also always easily tell that those are like my freebies, and I absolutely love that. Which is also why I put my my Instagram handles and my YouTube handle on the back of it. So not just the person who I sent this to will see that, but hopefully a lot of other people will also see that, because it's essentially people sending my business cards around. Like, that's kind of how I view this. And I just absolutely love that. And yeah. I have even seen some of my my freebies framed with people. Like, they actually just put them in like one of those tiny frames that people use for normal photo cards, and they put my one of my freebies in, and I absolutely loved seeing that. Like, that was so awesome. So yeah, I don't know. I don't see many people do these like this. You can obviously just like print out photos in these same sizes, like without anything on them. But yeah, and like that way it's very hard to tell whether someone has your freebie or not. And I like seeing which people have my freebies, which is probably really weird. I promise I'm not weird. But yeah, I absolutely love seeing that. So if you also like them, you could like trade with me or something, or buy something off my Instagram, and I'll send you freebies as well. So I made freebies for all of the groups I collect, which are 10 different groups. And then I also did BTS, Blackpink, and I Love You One, because those kind of feel like wild cards. Like, if I do get in the situation that I trade with someone who doesn't like any of the groups that I collect, you know, it's great to just have something else as well, so that you actually have something to send them. So that's why it's all of those groups. And I definitely kept one of each myself, like one of each member, which are like, there's like 87 or something different cards here, so it's a lot. So I keep all of my like freebies that I don't keep for myself in this little box, because it's really convenient for that. It's a deck box. You can usually buy them at stores that either sell games or board games, because it's normally used for a game called Magic, or they're sometimes used for Pokemon cards and stuff like that as well. So any store that will have like Magic cards will also sell this. And if you go to a game store or a board game store and ask them about it, they will know what a deck box is. That's what this is called. So yeah, that's what that is. And with that, we're at the end of this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, let me know through a like or through the comments. And please subscribe. And I hope I'll see you again in my next video. Bye bye!